Hi, KGB here. A weekend update. Just going to go over what we did last week, what we're looking forward to this week, and as promised, I'll probably end up doing one of these every weekend as we stream. We stream every week, we stream every day. So none of this is financial advice, just crayon drawings on the screen that my kids draw, and we follow them because we're crazy like that. And so we'll start with some indices here. IWM is what we've been following, as well as SPY, of course. And we've done fairly well on this pattern here. So followed it very, very closely and have had great success with it as we've moved forward this past couple weeks. A lot of people were calling for downside this week, and which is fine. It's good to be cautious, but I don't know. Couldn't I just couldn't not see it. We had some great patterns working fairly well for us these last couple weeks. So bullish on the market overall. As you can see here, we got downside a little bit at the end of the day, which I'm really not worried about. It was a Friday, first of all. Second of all, I think we're going to gap up here on from where we are anyway. I think we're going to gap up here, um, you know, into the 210 to 212 area by, open on Monday. I think we could go sideways a little bit and then plug at open, but very bullish. SPY has been working out very well as well. As you can see, this pattern did not let us down all week, man. Pretty much, we've been very close. There's some moments when of doubt, but for the most part, it has followed very well, very well. And I see more bullish things to come. So I think SPY can break the 620s late this week. It's very possible, or early next week. And that's what I'm looking for there. QQQs as well, very good. So very excited for the week to come, to say the least. Also with crypto too, and I'll get into that. But let's go over what successes we had here, and actually expecting continuation on most of these as well. OPTT, we got a nice move of 6% here. We actually got a nice move here, and now it's consolidating, obviously above the macro trend here. And I think we're going to see a nice pump here come early this week. Very nice pump into the close to the dollar range, 95 to $1 is what I think we got coming on OPTT. And open, we had a very nice run to start. It is just the beginning, in my opinion. We had earnings, which really threw the fractal off. So if you've been following along on the stream, then you know with algorithms, often, especially with earnings, you can pump out of the pattern, and the algorithm will bring you right back in. It'll bring you right back down again. So this is just a big nothing burger. The algorithm just continued on with its day, and as you can see, kind of right here, you'll see 1, 2, and then down, 1, 2, down. I can show you, I think, if this works. I haven't tested this yet, but we're pretty much like this right here. So this is where I think we are on open. We got that lower kind of, higher low right here from here and here. So that would be this, this, and this. So we are looking, or sorry, I said that wrong. Here and here, not a higher low, not a lower low, higher low, sorry. Right into here. And so expecting a big move on open the next couple days into probably over the 130 mark, close to 130, consolidate in the 130 to 150 area, and then head on up into the twos with a gradual incline for the rest of the month, next few weeks going forward. Now, take a look at this pattern because you're going to see it again. That's open, and that's what we're expecting for that. Space. Now, space did very well for us. We pretty much nailed this all the way through. Many guys in the stream, congratulations, hit some bangers. I know I hit a 600 and I think 800 percenter. I sold too early, but I know a couple of you guys rode it all the way through. And I think one person actually hit close to 10,000%. So congratulations to you guys on the stream. This one worked out very well, and expecting continuation. I know we got a big drop here, but I'm going to show you something here. This right here, 1, 2, 3, is actually, I believe, also done in a micro format here, right here. And I'm going to show you. This very well could be right here. See this? So we might have gone increasingly fast with the algorithm and the volume, pumping this thing much faster than anticipated. And so we could see space just hit the moon, man. We could see it just go really, really fast. Now, this is obviously in a macro, but I think this fulfills in a micro as well. And so we could see this thing speed right up and just fulfill all of this in this week, leading up into the $15 range. So, which is a big move, guys. That's a big move from $5. That's a good couple 100% right there. So, looking great. ACHR also. Now, you'll recognize this pattern. This is one of the patterns that we follow a lot right now. Looks great. Very excited. ACHR, I think, has a nice big move here shortly into the $24 range. Plug had a good liftoff. We are expecting Plug to continue here into the $1 range, consolidate down in the 95s, and then continue on as well. NVAX had a great move. I am expecting big things from NVAX. I have for a while. So this thing has actually slowed right down. I even think we changed fractals here once. We're covering this more on a 4-hour time frame. This is the fractal that I am looking at, and I think we're going to see a big move. I don't know what kind of news they're going to do or whatever, but something is coming with this puppy. BKKT has had a nice little gain here. Now I'm on the 4-hour. So nice little gain here on BKKT. I am expecting 2250 this week. HIMS has continued to be a monster for us. I think we've played this thing almost as good as you can play this stock. So this has been very good. I do expect continuation. We had a nice little pump here at the end of the day with a small pullback with the SPY. Am expecting probably close to 95 to 100 here this week. We'll see when we get this gap. I'm really looking for this gap for confirmation, but we are looking for a nice move on HIMS here. We got in a little, not late, I should say, but GRYP, GRYP, and CETA were brought to my attention. I didn't think much of them at first, to be honest. So kudos to Jedi who shouted it out, and I didn't even pay attention until I saw this pattern. And as you can see, you got the dip here with the boot, what we call a boot on the stream, and then into this kind of bottoming and then up. And so really paying attention to this, as I feel like this thing has great potential to squeeze here in the next week. And so I got in here. We caught the bottom, what I think is the bottom, and in for this continuation. So we had a nice move here on CETA. And if you pay attention to this, which you should, pay attention to that fractal, and then look at GRYP. Same difference, man. Same difference. So expecting this one is lagging behind CETA. I expect this one, which did get news of a merger recently. So I expect this one with the QSIP changing. I expect a squeeze on this. Wolf looking pretty good. I think we are very close to a big move on Wolf as well. I think the whole market squeezes here, guys. Like I don't think Trump was kidding when he said we're going to rocket the whole the whole market's going to rocket, boys and girls. And I've been calling for an everything squeeze for a long time, so I'm excited about this. As you can see here, this is your W pattern with a lower low here. W pattern with a lower low. Hoping to get this is the move here. I'm thinking this is that move. Now, it kind of lifted up here more so than I would have figured, but expecting just, very possible we just see an IWM gap up this coming morning, tomorrow morning, which is just going to gap all the small caps up. I'm not calling for that, but I would not be shocked if that happened at all. In fact, this is me being conservative. I do think it's going to happen, but I don't want to, I don't want to call it out, just because that's a big expectation in regards to GME and AMC especially, and so we're gonna wait on that. Extremely bullish on miners, so extremely bullish on MSTR, Mara, Riot, Wolf, BKKT, all the miners. Anything digital related, any Bitcoin related stocks, extremely bullish. IEP, extremely bullish as well. I have been following this chart forever. I think we see massive pump Monday morning on IEP, bit of a dip and a pump again. Now, Bion and Newell were following this one as well, but Newell didn't get the pullback yet. This is what I was expecting for Newell. It just kind of sat here. And funny enough, actually, I think there's a lot of buy pressure on this because this portion here is this portion here with the upside and the volatility in here. I think we are actually here on Newell, and we're not going to get that big pullback. So I think there is some extra added pressure in here. Gonna watch this for a move as well, and looking forward to that. TRNR and BDMD, looking for big moves here. Penny stocks type deal. TRNR has had a great week. Great week. So we got some after hours movement continuation. I personally think this thing is going to rocket, man. This thing is going to moon. It's going to have a smaller pump, consolidate into a much larger squeeze coming into June. So early first week of June-ish. So excited about that. What else we got? RGTI. Very excited about RGTI. This fractal is playing out like a boss. And I think we're going to see stocks such as RGTI, Palantir, Tesla, all these plays here. Big move. Carvana as well. Carvana is playing out very well. And Palantir has done very well for us this week. I think we're all ready for a big move. All of them. Fun DGT Rum just starting to come out of their shell here a little bit. There are two scenarios here that I see with DJT. Now, the yellow is the one I've been following forever, and it's still following. Looks great, so I don't want to deter or show any change or any deviation in this plan whatsoever. I do think it's still valid. This is more of a macro, so it's hard to get really specific on this one. However, I do think that it's possible that they announce some sort of a buyout or a merger, which would initially drive the price down and then come up, matching the fractal here that you see in this area of $70-ish. And so the time frame of hitting that target would still pretty much be the same within a week, but just different deviations on how to get there. So that is what I'm looking for DJT. Now, obviously, this would affect Fun and Rum. Now, I expected this Fun fractal is beautiful. I expect Fun a big rip this week, as well as Rum. I expected Rum actually last week. I don't know what's stalling it out a little bit. There is some stall going on here for sure. Possibly DJT is what they're waiting for with a dip and then a rip. So we're going to watch for that as well. Pets, you'll notice this is the fractal from the very beginning. And this one is looking beautiful. I think we are right here with a small dip ready to go, and then a larger push up. Now you'll notice that this is the same as open. It's the same as a couple other ones that I showed. It's also the same as, what is that stock called here? Finger. So pets, open, FNGR, I think they're all in the same box. They're all in the same basket. So I'm expecting some big things from pets here very shortly. GRYP looks beautiful. This is not a awesome fractal. I'm the first to admit that. For some reason or another, this thing has deviated a little bit or slowed down right here, and I don't know why. So watching that, I got no position right now in GRYP. I sold at the last top, I think, and so I'm still waiting on this one to see what happens. It's possible we kind of ran into here. You know, anyway, I'll work on that if I need to and get back to you. Lucid, great move, following beautifully. I do like this chart a lot. This is, you know, where it looks good, but we are right here. There's no doubt in my mind. We slowed down, so I don't like to mess with the fractal too much, because especially in videos, people look at it and like, what are you talking about? So I will move it to here just to show you where I think we are right now. And Lucid is looking beautiful. Looking beautiful. PSNY had a nice big move as well. You might recognize this fractal. I am very bullish on PSNY and have been for a while, but this fractal has been taking a long time to play out. And I still think we might have another day or so, or we could just get this gap. So I'm waiting for that gap. Jivo as well, beautiful. Expecting a nice move with a pullback and then a bigger move. Mara looks great. Mara looks beautiful. I think we're right in here. I had to squeeze it up a little bit, but yeah, Mara looks beautiful. Riot, beautiful as well. Everything, man. Everything looks great right now, man. Wolf has played out almost perfectly. Almost perfectly. I suspect we are right in here. And now MLGO and Holo, which have crapped the bed repeatedly for the last few weeks. I think we're at the bottom for both. And I'm expecting a big move on Monday here, tomorrow. So MLGO and Holo, you can see it bottoming. Now, Holo, actually, I'm expecting a monster dip first. And then a pump right away after. Just a V recovery on Holo. So expecting to see this. Won't be surprised if we see this. We don't have to, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this into the micro, into the macro here. So very excited about those. Ocgen, beautiful. SNDL looks beautiful. Expecting a big move on SNDL coming shortly. I think Trump's going to legalize marijuana, and I have a whole theory behind that. I think he's going to do that fairly shortly. It's going to be one of the things that he's going to announce to keep a bullish market going. Tesla, obviously, super bullish. I have been for a few weeks now, and we've hit this run very well in the stream. So very excited for Tesla coming up right here. I'm expecting a big move this week from Tesla. AMD has matched extremely well. However, I think we are close to the end of the road. I think we see a pump and then a pullback in this market. I think we see a consolidation period in this market. SPY, everything. I don't know if SPY is going to do this right away this week, consolidate, but we will see. If GME starts running up, we might see some pullback in the FANG stocks, as well as some of the bigger players. You know, maybe margin calls, something like that. But that's what I'm kind of expecting right now with AMD. We had some big moves in SMCI. We caught this big move here. Beautiful run. Lots of people hit this one in the stream. Congratulations to you who did. And looking very bullish on this one as well. Bitcoin. So right into Bitcoin. I've been screaming for 150 Bitcoin this week. I am not deviating from that projection. I still think we're going to get there. It might be later. You know, I might be early. It might be into next week, a little bit Monday, Tuesday, maybe Saturday. I don't know, but very bullish on Bitcoin right now, guys. Still very bullish. And we are starting to see a move right now. You know, Doge is up. This is where I think we're at on Doge. You know, we are getting a run right now as we speak. I expected it earlier this weekend, even earlier into the week. So not gonna lie, I thought this would have been pumping already by now, but that's okay. You know, better early than late. So Trump is moving, Trump coin is moving. You know, all the cryptos are moving. So looking very good. Finger. For those who are in this, I have, you guys will recognize this pattern. We are right in here. Right in here. Big pullback, beautiful. Same as with space, actually, you'll notice. Hey, we went right up, big pullback, right back down. Same thing as with space. I think it's going to continue. Finger will continue on into the $14 mark, pull back, steady up, and then continue on. Very bullish on the market, guys, for the next little while. We might see a pullback in the market. However, I think a pullback in the market, but IWM small caps keep going up, creating higher lows, higher lows, higher lows in the small caps in IWM. It's possible. We're going to watch and see, but that's what I actually think is going to happen. So very bullish on everything. I forgot actually GME AMC. So sorry, AMC. Let's get to that one because that thing finally moved after closing 0.00% for a long time. A long time. And I don't think I'm wrong on this. And I don't think I have been wrong. I know I expected it to move a lot earlier. However, this thing has just closed. It's clearly been manipulated to close at 0.00 for days on end. So I'm not going to apologize or claim any sort of loss for this. So I believe we are here in the fractal and we are going to see some big upside. I'm saying 10 bucks. I'm going to say 10 bucks very shortly. This can all go a lot faster than what it shows here and projects for end of June. I think this could all be, you know, by the end of May. I think this could all be by the end of May if we get volume and we get this thing algorithm moving faster than it shows here. Very possible. So I think we see 10 bucks coming very soon. GME as well been playing out very well. Now, up until yesterday, I figured I had this nailed. No joke, man. And it's been following, and I'll show you. However, I just came to a couple second thoughts here yesterday, and I'm going to share those with you in a minute. But let me show you what we've been following, and it's still following. It looks awesome. Looks great. No reason to change it except for my own idiocy. But as you can see here, looks great, right? You got your double bottom here, lower low, double bottom, lower low. Everything looks beautiful. You're flagging out into a big move, you know, flagging out into a big move. Looks perfect. No reason to change your thesis. Why are you changing your thesis, KG? I'll tell you why. I think this is where we were, right here. Now, I saw this pattern matching, and I thought to myself, man, this is going to throw everything off. I don't care. I go with what I see, and I'm not changing. I think that this is more like this. And we were supposed to run here for some reason or another, and we didn't. And this is the actual portion that we were, and this thing climbs like this. Now, say what you want about that. It doesn't matter to me. But the reason why I'm actually convinced is because this thing does the same thing. I'm thinking this fractal is smaller than what I originally thought. And I think we're in here. And you can see the same thing. right? You can see you have this lower low right in here. You got this swing up into a, right, into a hump here, into a flagging formation. I think we're in right in here. Same as in the macro. We're just a fractal within a fractal. It's the same thing, man. And to 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 boot, no pun intended, this pattern right here is this pattern, just extended. Exactly the same, essentially. So this is just this extended and stretched out for some reason or another. I figured this is where the hedgies figured out what's going on, and they just extended it. And we're sitting in here. So I think we were supposed to go much higher here. Much higher. We are expected to go much higher here. And for some reason or another, it didn't happen, which is fine. Now we're just repeating it again. The same thing. We're just repeating it, and we're going to pump again. We're going to pump this week. So very excited for this week, obviously. And we will see what happens. We could get a small delay if Jimmy is any indicator. From either the micro or the macro. If Jimmy's any indicator, we could get a small delay here into next week. We could. So, staying a little conservative while staying hopeful, and we'll see from there. But super bullish, guys. Super bullish for the next 10 days. Super bullish. Whether we be here on Jimmy or we be here on Jimmy, it don't matter. We are super bullish. We are super bullish. And if you've been following the stream for the last week or so, then I don't need to convince you, man. This thing is pumping, and we're going to go. The whole market, we're going to go. So unless, black swan, I guess I'll put that caveat out there. So once again, now you know what I know. Now you know what I think I know. None of this is financial advice. Just crayon drawings that my kids drew. And hope you have the great rest of your weekend. We will see you tomorrow.